Hello, all. My name is Tess. Tess rhymes with yes and Jess. This is my first video, and I am so excited because I have just been reading a ton and I need to talk about it, okay? And since I read a ton, I don't have a lot of friends because I spend all my time reading. So I'm gonna get my thoughts out to you. Now, I read 32 books in 2018, and my goal was 30 books, so I think that was a pretty good job. We're gonna up it to 40 books this year, and I'm really pumped about it. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on some of the books I read. Now, not all of these are new. Some of them are really old, but I just needed to get some things out. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this book, Me Before You, by Jojo Moyes, okay? Moyes? Not sure, but Me Before You, fantastic. Now, the first time I ever heard about this was the movie with Emilia Clarke, aka the prettiest woman in the entire universe, Emilia Clarke. And this book, I didn't think it would be my thing. I'm not huge into like romantic, like the movie made it seem kind of like romantic comedy, and that is what the book is. But this book was so good. I would say this is probably top 5 of favorite books that I read this year. I loved this book. But I did not just read this book this year. I read the whole series, Me Before You, After You, and Still Me. Now, the reason I did this was because I saw on Goodreads, I know a lot of you booktubers have Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads. Tess Rada, Tess space Rada is my name on Goodreads, and I saw that Still Me won the award on Goodreads for Best Fiction of 2018. So I was like, I'm all in. Let's do it. So, but then I figured I should start at the beginning, and then I had to read all 3 of them. Now, I will say, Me Before You is by far the best one. It is really good. It could very much be a standalone book. In fact, I think a lot of you people who have read this series probably agree with me. It should have been a standalone book, probably. But we did not get a standalone book. I guess I was going to say nobody asked for it, but I guess the reason we have it is because people did ask for it, so thanks, you people. We got After You next. This book was interesting. It kept me interested, but it wasn't fantastic. I wasn't like, this is the best thing I've ever read. I was just sort of like, yeah, okay, I'll keep reading because I'm interested, but it's not great writing. And then we had Still Me. Now, I'm not sure why this won Best Fiction of the Year. It was good. Jojo Moyes is a good writer, but it wasn't fantastic. Overall, I really enjoyed reading this series. I genuinely enjoyed it, but it should have been a standalone book. I think we can all agree there. Okay, time to put these aside. I do recommend them if you're into like love or if you're into romantic comedy type stuff. That's great. Also, if you love Emilia Clarke, Still Me is called a must-read. Quoted by Emilia Clarke. So, sorry, I have the hiccups. Now we're going to talk about my favorite book I read this year. Now, this is not my favorite book. Did you see it? Oh, oops. This is not my favorite book of the year. Okay, this isn't my favorite book that came out this year. This came out a very long time ago. I'm very quickly trying to see when it came out. When did it come out? No idea. Okay, I should have done my research, shouldn't I? Well, to make a long story short, I got a subscription box this year called Coffee and a Classic. You've probably heard of it. They send you a classic novel and coffee and some things to go with it, like a bookmark or maybe a candle, stuff like that. And it's really cool. I get so excited every month. my Antonia came in this Coffee and a Classic box. Now, I have read my Antonia. I had read it in high school, but I didn't remember anything about it. Having reread it, because it came in my Coffee and a Classic, it is now my all-time favorite book. I know. This was a fantastic book. Okay, if you don't know, My Antonia by Willa Cather. It is fantastic, okay? It is so, so good. The description of the plains of Nebraska is just so beautiful, and it's such a, like a, it's about a guy and his neighbor that he kind of grows up with, and seeing how her life goes, and he like is in love with her, and it's just so sweet and so simple. I think that's what I liked most about it, was just a simple story, but so beautifully done. And it's a short read. It's about 200 pages. I highly recommend My Antonia. Now, I talked about an okay book I read, my favorite book I read. Let's talk about my least favorite book of the year. My least favorite book of the year was Boy Erased by Gerard Conley. Gerard Conley. Oh. Now, this was made into a movie this year with Lucas Hedges, which, by the way, Lucas Hedges is in absolutely everything. It's like young white boy, Lucas Hedges. He's everywhere, okay? I think he's fine, but he's everywhere. Now, Boy Erased was made into a movie with Lucas Hedges and Nicole Kidman. I had high hopes for this. I was really excited about this. Now, this is a memoir, and I really have been getting into memoirs lately. I was really excited about this. It's about a boy who was put through conversion therapy. I just wasn't interested in it. I don't know what it was, because I'm very interested in the topic, but I wasn't into this book. And I know it probably must have been popular to be made into a movie, but like, I really wasn't that into it. I thought it could have been an interesting story, but not enough interesting things happened throughout the course of it, if that makes sense, to keep me interested. I sort of had to like force myself to finish it, which is not really how you want to feel when you're reading a book. So unfortunately, I wouldn't recommend this book. I am going to see the movie, and I will see how the movie did it, because I that's kind of the thing, is I can't imagine how they would put like a clean thread a plot line through this, because it was sort of just like all over the place and didn't really seem to have a beginning, middle, and end, sort of. So I don't know. I appreciate the effort, but it was not my favorite. In fact, it was my least favorite. Now, that is all I have. I will be making more videos. I know that this was a little scatterbrained. I'm sorry, but I'm glad I made it. And this is my first video, yay! So, yeah, do whatever you want to do. Follow me on Goodreads or subscribe to this channel. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'll be making more videos soon. Thank you so much for watching. And please, for your own good, check out My Antonia, please. Okay,